Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder, and today, or with Tedder Bear Stampin', and today I am going to show you how to make this card and using the Stamparatus and being able to use a square and just turn the square to be able to stamp these perfectly. This is from the Rooted in Nature, and I just love how it came out. And this is the tree rings, which I think kind of doesn't look like tree rings at all now that I've got it all embossed and on red. You'll have to let me know what you think, but I love how this came out, so I'm going to show you how to make it. So let's start off with the Big Shot and a piece of 6x6 window sheet. And I'm going to start off with not the biggest square, but the one down from it. And we're just going to bring in the Big Shot. And I want, like I did last week, if you missed it, I showed you how to do a circle. And this is one of the cards that I showed you. And I just love how this one came out. But how to do it in a circle and using the Stamparatus. So I am going to lay this down into the corner, not quite in the corner, but hoping it's as square as it can be. And let me find my top to it, there we go. And I'm going to lay this down and cut it. And it will cut through, you just need to have the precision plate underneath. So now you have your hole cut out and you have a really pretty square. Alright, so now to make sure that we get this to be squared, now I didn't do this on my last one because I thought, I'll eyeball it. Well, that didn't work out. I mean, it did work out, but I'm going to go ahead and make it more precise for you, which I think you might appreciate. Alright, let's see, we have 4, and part of 1, so we've got to kind of go like this. Alright, so now I'm going to line my square up with the cross here in the middle. That way I know I am right on the money. Okay. Now if I can put this washi tape on to hold it without moving it, that would be awesome. You gotta kind of, I don't know how to do this, wait, okay. I know, I'm being very gentle because I'm worried. Alright, now that's on, I can put one on the bottom too. This just makes it for sure that you are squared. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and bring in my Big Shot. Place this down and run it through again. Okay, so now you're just going to take this off. And you will just have tiny little corners on this square. So let me take the rest of this off. Alright, so now you'll have this little star kind of shape. Let me bring in my Stamparatus. And I'm going to move the one that I've used before. And let's see how square I was. Okay, this is eyeballing. Just curious. Oh, pretty darn almost perfect. Yay! Okay, just a pat on my back. Alright, so we're going to move this over here. Put this down so that it holds it. We're going to bring in a square that I've already cut out of Very Vanilla using the same size die. And I'm going to go ahead and just place it into the squared square. And I am going to have this go into the corner. Hopefully that looks about right. And then I'm going to close it. So now here we go. Oh, I used yellow last, so let's go ahead and start with yellow because that way I won't have to clean it between yellow and red. So you just ink it up and close it. Now you're going to keep it in this square. If you wanted to keep like the same image, you would just go like this and then keep turning it like this. But I want it just to be one color in the 4 corners and then a different color on the others. And this is going to be opposite of what I did last time, so we'll see which one we like better. And you're just re-inking it each time. Now I obviously needed to twist it a little bit more, but let's see what it looks like when I'm done. I'm going to bring in my cherry cobbler, but first I want to wipe off that because I don't want to add yellow to that. Where is my thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. My very well loved pad that we sell now. That is awesome. This thing is the bomb. Alright. Alright, so now I'm inking it up with, whoops, might help if I had this in. Now I'm going to put it at the diagonal one, making sure it's in, so that it's going to be going this way. I've already inked it. And now I'm just going to continue to put it on the diagonal. Now I can already tell you I don't like this as much as my last one, only because I did not, whoops, I did not get it perfectly in the center like I should have. Okay, so that's how that looks. This one looked much better. I don't know what I did wrong, but let's clean that one more time so that I can put it aside and close it and not worry about it getting on everything. See, this thing just works awesome. I'm going to buy a few of them and have a couple just like cut up so that I can have a small one for the Stamparatus. Alright, so I'm going to put that aside. Put this away. I store it in a stamp case. Alright, so now I'm going to come in with the tinted faceted buttons. And I'm going to, I know it doesn't quite match, it's the orange one, but I think it will look really pretty with these colors. So I'm going to put some glue dots on the bottom and then adhere it. Make sure I'm just not putting them on top of each other. Alright, so now I'm just going to stick that in there, and then I'm going to come in with a diamond and put that in the middle, and I'm going to get one of the big ones so it covers that center pretty well. See, I think that is pretty. Okay, I didn't do so badly. See, even when you think that you made a mistake, you can always bring it back. Alright, so then I came in with the next, whoops, not the next, but this one, that will be just a little bit bigger than this, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere those together, which you probably wouldn't have wanted to put the button on until you were done, because this makes it harder. But since when do we do what we should be doing? Alright, I am going to put this sideways. and eyeballing it. All right, and then now I'm going to put it on a piece of 2.5 square of the silver, and you need to do the glue dots all the way around. I'm going to speed this up a little bit so you don't have to sit here and watch me do this. For some odd reason, glue or the tape does not like to stick onto the glimmer paper or the glitter paper. And then I cut the next biggest, which is, I think, the biggest you can get in the scallop. Don't quote me, but I think that's what it is. And I'm going to put that on. Okay, so now that's all ready. I really like that. All right, then I'm going to come in with a piece of my my cherry cobbler, and I'm going to do the embossing buddy all over the top because I'm going to be embossing it with silver. I put it on quite liberally just because I like to make sure. Alright, so then I'm coming in with my tree rings, and I'm going to do Versamark all over the top of it. Line it up. Oh, that came out pretty well. All right. And now I'm going to bring in a piece of my grid sheet just to pour in my glitter so that, or my silver embossing powder, just so I can siphon it all back in. Whoa! Always cover this before you use your heat tool, only because I found out the hard way that you don't want to leave it open while you're blowing. All right. Isn't that pretty? Whew. All right, so now you're going to come in with your cutter, your trimmer, and let's make sure you can see me. Unlock it. Put your two corners in, making sure that they line up right into the middle of the channel, and cut it. You might go over it a couple times just because sometimes it doesn't want to come out. Now you're going to slide it up and go to, and this might be wider, let's see, go about the first, that's too far. Let's go about halfway between the two, and hopefully it's squared. I'm eyeballing it again, and you're going to be cutting off. That looks pretty straight. And you're going to do the same with the other side, trying to line it up to be about the same. And I lined it up with these lines over here, in case you weren't following. That's what I did. Alright, so now here comes a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 of crushed curry. I know, people. I get a little nervous. Alright, then I'm going to lay it this one. Now this one might be a little bit more than the last one, but I think it doesn't really matter. Whoa. Oh, it's about the same. Okay, so now you have that, and then you just are going to add dimensionals onto this. So let's do that real quick. And I had this going like this. Then I put it onto a piece of cherry cobbler that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored in half at 4 1/4. Now this card is not like something I would normally do, but I really like it. So I hope you like it too, and that you come back. Please subscribe, and we'll do stuff together. Thanks.